Hi there everyone, and welcome to another Pokemon Ultramoon Wi-Fi battle. This is a fun battle I had against Hannah from Arbitrary Heroes on one of their streams the other day. And yeah, as you can see, their team is a bit more evolved than mine. This is a team I built specifically to battle Hannah, but I haven't updated it in quite a while, and Hannah has made her way all the way to the 3rd island and just done the ghost trial. So my team is a little behind, but let's see how we can do. So I set up the Reflect, reducing the effect of physical moves, and we see her lovely Alfalfa there still manages to hit fairly hard. So I put that thing to sleep, because it's quite an annoying Pokemon to have to deal with, especially with that stamina ability raising its defense after each physical hit it receives. But she switches out here and brings in her Pineasol, and her friend Cameron has been teaching her quite a bit about competitive battling, and how specifically Pineasol there is a very good Pokemon in the fact that it has access to the move Rapid Spin, not to mention it can set up plenty of entry hazards on its own. But she decides to go for some damage there, see how much she can do, as I switch into my lovely Brione, nicknamed Cardamon. And I know that the special defense of a fortress isn't that great, so I go straight for my strong water attack, Bubble Beam, and it does do a nice chunk of damage, but she is able to set up those spikes before she leaves. She switches out into Heimlich, unfortunate for me because I went for the priority move Aqua Jet, hoping to finish off that Pineasol. But yeah, she switched quite smart there. There's not a whole lot I can switch into here. Anything I switch into is going to take a chunk of damage. So I go into Arbok, who is just able to live. There's not much that Arbok can do, it doesn't have a whole lot of good poison attacks or anything, so I actually decide to Screech there, lower this thing's defense, because Vikavolt is somewhat bulky. Hannah was disappointed when she saw that Charger Bug evolved into this thing, but I believe through the course of this battle she did come to appreciate it, as out comes Snorlax. With that Screech, I did hope that priority Accelerock would be able to go first and finish it off, but no, of course she switched. Very good idea, bringing in Snorlax, who does not take that much damage. And I knew that Hannah's Snorlax had some fighting moves, so I decided to switch here, bring back in my Inkay. But things aren't looking good for Inkay. Its defense is way too low to deal with most of the Pokemon on Hannah's team, so I'll just set up the Reflect before I go down once again. I'm not going to put another Pokemon to sleep because I'd hate to violate sleep clause. Not that that's an official rule or anything, but it's a good rule to live by, I think. As down goes my Inkay, and Snorlax is there looking strong, so I decide to bring in Pikachu. But of course Hannah still has a ground type, so there's not a whole lot that Pikachu can do to this team yet. But I did think she might switch, so I decided to go for the Charm here. Now even if the Mudsdale does wake up, I should be able to live any hit it wants to do nice and easily. I switch into my lovely Miltank here. Sorry for anyone getting PTSD flashbacks from Generation 2, but Miltank is a pretty cool Pokemon, and once I saw it in the field, I was like, yeah, this could totally be a fun Pokemon to use against Hannah. And yeah, she learns to fear the Miltank. But yeah, I'm not going to keep Miltank in against the Mudsdale here, because Mudsdale, with that stamina ability, is just going to appreciate everything that Miltank can do. Again, I'm forced to switch out because I don't know who will be faster, that Bug or my Water Pokemon. But I switch into Pikachu, hoping he can live an attack quite comfortably. Unfortunately for me though, that Thunderbolt does an absolute chunk of damage, and Pikachu ain't going to last much longer. Yep, still there's not much that Pikachu can do against Alfalfa, so I decided to just Charm it again, lowering that physical attack to astronomically low levels, and decide to let Pikachu go down here. You did good, Pikachu. And now I bring in Cardamon, hoping to hit this thing hard. But I am expecting a switch, so I will go for my strongest water move, as she switches in Heimlich, which is great for me, because I went for my Z move, Waterium Z, coming off Bubble Beam. So I don't know the base power, but it should hit pretty hard. But then again, I do know these Vikavolt are quite bulky, so I cannot guarantee the kill. So, how much will it do? Dum dum dum. And, oof, Heimlich lives with just a bit of HP. Is that enough to take it out with Aqua Jet? No, unfortunately. Ugh. Hannah was very impressed at the bulk of her Vikavolt there. She was very chuffed. But, damn, down goes my water Pokemon, who was going to be my best hope of taking Alfalfa down. This leaves me with just Miltank and one other Pokemon. Miltank able to finish off Heimlich, which is great. And with that leftovers, we recover some of our HP nicely. As in comes Alfalfa. Alfalfa is a big problem, because what is Miltank going to do? But I don't really want to switch into my last Pokemon here. So I'm just going to see what I can do. See how hard this Alfalfa can hit me. And after a defense skill, it seems it doesn't hit me hard. So that is good. Hopefully I can hit it with a few body slams, maybe paralyze it, force it to switch. Or heck, even outstall it by restoring my own HP. Very unfortunately though, out comes this Bulldoze. And once Miltank gets slow, things aren't good. Miltank relies on its speed to outspeed a lot of other Pokemon. And hit them first. Because Miltank doesn't hit very hard, but it hits fast and persistently. In comes Snorlax. We see we do okay damage with our own Body Slam, but now is the best time to start setting up our rollout. If I get to a high enough amount of rollout turns, then I will be able to hit the Alfalfa hard. But unfortunately for me, this Snorlax is a bulky one, and it starts going for that damn stockpile. That is very unfortunate for me, because it's going to take me quite a while for rollout to start doing any good damage. Yeah, we do very minimal damage here, as that Snorlax just keeps setting up. However, I don't think Snorlax can hit me too hard, especially now that I've used Defense Curl. So I'm just going to hope that my rollouts build up enough damage over time to injure the Snorlax somewhat severely. Out comes the Brick Break, but it doesn't even do a quarter HP. And with my leftovers recovery, it does even less. So hopefully I can just sit back, relax, and beat things to death with Miltank. That is my only option at this point. That did decent damage, so I know the next one is going to do even more, which is fantastic. We will injure this Snorlax severely. I don't think her Snorlax has any way of recovery outside of the leftovers. I don't think she runs a rest. So we'll keep attacking. Nice damage, bringing that Snorlax down to very little HP. And now, what's Hannah gonna do here? I think she actually made a bit of a mistake here. She should have just allowed her Snorlax to go down, but not wanting her Pokemon to go down so easily, she switches into Pigwidgeon, perhaps not realizing that a maximum damage rollout is gonna one-shot that thing. Very unfortunate. Pigwidgeon was probably her strongest offensive mon on that team. And now it's gone. So at this point in the battle, I'm thinking, hey, maybe I could actually win now. I was thinking the odds were stacked against me, but Miltank pulling through. All hail the Miltank. No wonder Whitney was such a hard opponent back in the day. Although my Miltank here is not rocking the Attract, so I can't screw over my opponent in that way. But down goes Pineasol. I figured now is a good time to set up, even if Alfalfa comes in now, I'll be hitting it somewhat hard with my rollouts. But Hannah makes another mistake here and brings in her Fire type, of course weak to the Rock move rollout. But she did go for the Superpower, a strong physical fighting attack, which does do a nice chunk of damage to me. But there's no way this Pignite can survive another one. I believe she got this Pignite through trade. Pigs are her favourite animal. But yeah, unfortunately, Tepig is very cute, but its evolutions are not very appealing at all. Yeah, Gen 5 did not have the best starters. As in comes Snorlax, who we know will go down to another rollout. Hannah really should have brought in the Alfalfa sooner, so that it could have gained the stamina boosts while taking low levels of damage from my rollout. But now in comes Alfalfa on my maximum damage rollout, and even though it's resisted, we do 98% damage, maybe 97% damage. So, crikey, yes, Miltank able to pull it through. Rather good game. Hannah is certainly learning and getting better at her battles, switching out the Pokemon when necessary, and setting up those entry hazards. But yes, still, little mistakes here or there. Very good game though, and I'm sure with time you will be a great competitive battler. Look forward to battling again. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed.